This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this evening, Buhari seeks National Assembly approval for fresh external loans. Family to man declared wanted by Rivers State government raised alarm over his whereabouts. Rivers State University awarded University of the Year 2021 by an international research organization in Canada. And on the foreign scene, United Arab Emirates places 6 Nigerians on its terror watch list. I am Carl Orakwue with the news. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari is asking the Senate to approve fresh external loans listed in the 2018-2021 federal government borrowing plan. The president intends to borrow about $4 trillion, 710 million euros, and a grant component of $125 million. He explained that the amount will be used to fund federal and state government projects caught across key sectors in the 6 geopolitical zones and COVID-19 response efforts. The Senate on Tuesday also received 2 executive bills to control the proliferation of arms and regulate the importation and exportation of explosives in the country. And the Nigerian Correctional Service says over 100 fleeing inmates have been rearrested from the jailbreak recorded at Kaba, Kogi State on Monday. The Public Relations Officer, Controller of Corrections, Francis Enobore, told correspondent Ijoma Isekoye that efforts are on to recapture the remaining fleeing inmates. Enobore explained to those still yet to be recaptured to voluntarily report to the closest correctional center or be treated as fugitives.
Because we have their biometrics, we have their photograph in our custody, they cannot continue to run and turn themselves to everlasting fugitive. The earlier they make themselves available for proper trial process to be carried out, the better it will be for them. I'm appealing to people to assist with useful intelligence that will lead to their rearrest, because some of these inmates are dangerous criminals.
Recall, Adele Monica, elder sister to Godwin Barra, who was declared wanted by the Rivers State government, has raised alarm that her brother is missing. Monica told our correspondent that immediately her brother was declared wanted by the state government, he was advised to clear himself of the allegations. She said she has been visiting police stations in search of her brother to no avail.
Since yesterday that he left the house around in the morning, I called him like around 6 o'clock. We cannot find him till now. His phone has been switched off. Since morning till now, the children have been crying. We cannot find him up till now. I've been going from one police station to the other. Now they said I should go to the one at Moscow Road. So please, I want the River State government to help me and search for my brother. It's my only brother that I have. He has cleared himself. Our family has never been involved in anything like that before.
Recall that last week the Rivers State government declared Godwin Barra and 2 others wanted for alleged criminal activities and harassment of contractors, particularly Julius Berger, in the state. Security agencies in the state were then directed to arrest the wanted persons for prosecution. Still ahead on the news this evening, Uniben students protest hike in fees. Do stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Students of the University of Benin today blocked the Benin-Lagos Expressway by Ugbo in protest over the hike in their school fees. The protest saw the activities at Ugbo and Ekenwa Road campuses paralyzed. The students also criticized the comment by the school PRO that it is a privilege for students to be given admission to study at Uniben.
You know the state of the country. How can you expect us to pay 45,000 in less than 2 months. Now we don't have the money. We are adding additional 20,000. I can't pay 45. I will add 65. I got paid yesterday morning in less than 24 hours. Now I'm expecting to pay 93,000. We know 1 year late payment. We don't get 20K. I mean, they clothe myself. I mean, they feed myself. It took my father almost 2 months to send me 45K. I did school 1 month. I not see lecture. School don't resume. You come class. You come course outline. You give me assignment 8. What do you teach me? Children that cannot pay 40-something thousand. We have been saying 60-something thousand. If they don't reverse the money, we are not living here. Whether you increase the school fees by figure or by extra charge, that is increment of school fees, and it's not acceptable.
At the Rivers State University has been awarded University of the Year 2021 by an international research organization in Canada. The Vice-Chancellor of the institution, Professor Lerumo Kubule, stated this during a press briefing at the school in Port Harcourt.
Because of the numerous achievements that we have recorded within this period, Rivers State University has been nominated and given an award as the University of the Year 2021 by the International Research Achievement Center in Montreal, Canada. By this award, we are entitled to put it on our website. As a university, we have religiously had uninterrupted academic activities, even during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. It may be mentioned that during that period, we had to deploy online e-resources for our postgraduate lectures and examinations. And that is why the Rivers State University is today a university of choice.
The Vice-Chancellor also noted that the accreditation exercise conducted by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria and the National Universities Commission in the university was a success, as no program offered by the institution was denied accreditation. Professor Kubule, while appreciating the Rivers State government for its continued support to the institution, also commended the academic and non-academic staff of the school for their role in the achievement.
I'd like to say that this is a rare feat for a new medical college, and it is in recognition of the enormous infrastructural facilities and personnel engagement done by the Rivers State government under the leadership of His Excellency Nyesom Ezemo-Wike. I wish to use this opportunity to specially thank him for the enormous support and assistance he has given us as a university since his assumption of office as governor of Rivers State. Let me also use this opportunity to appreciate the sense of duty and commitment demonstrated by the academic and non-academic staff of the university, which resulted in this positive result.
The Vice-Chancellor also assured parents of the safety of the awards at the institution. Professor Kubule, who sympathized with the family of those who died recently, said measures have been put in place by the school management to tackle crime and cultism.
As a university, because of the security measures that we have in place, we were able to apprehend the culprits. That is the most important thing. And as we speak, he's facing prosecution with the police. Going further as a university, I have also formally, in exercise of my powers under the Rivers State University law, expelled him from the university. Empathize with the family of the deceased. We have taken measures to ensure that that kind of sad incident does not take place. We have a patrol team that is moving around regularly all over the campus. So just to assure parents and guardians that the place, this university, is safe. This university is very, very safe.
Some students writing WAEC examinations were prevented from writing the English language subject. They were chased out of Comprehensive Secondary School in Kume, in Jaba, in Imo State, for failing to obey the Monday weekly sit-at-home order. Meanwhile, IPAB, in a statement on Tuesday issued by its Media and Publicity Secretary, Ima Powerful, said it will remove the ears of anyone found to enforce the order, as the leader of the group, Nnamdi Kanu, had mandated that the exercise be called off. A traffic warden in Port Harcourt has expressed disappointment at the Nigeria Police Force over poor field treatment of wardens. A traffic warden who spoke anonymously said that discrimination and marginalization of wardens is discouraging them from performing optimally. He said there has been no training and promotion of traffic wardens in the state since 2008, when the last batch of wardens were recruited.
They are seeing us very inferior, and they don't promote us as at men due. From 2008 till date, there is no recruitment. As I'm talking to you, the traffic warden strength in Rivers State now is not up to 150. Tell me, how can 150 personnel tackle the traffic situation in Rivers State?
The traffic warden also said general duty policemen are not expected to be on the road controlling traffic, especially with the establishment of the traffic warden service.
They will leave the crime they're supposed to be going after, and you see them all over the road, dragging traffic points with traffic wardens. Their job is very versatile. So why should they be putting so much interest on the road, on traffic? We have tried several ways, seeing how they can allow us be on our own.
Business News, a former national president, Committee for COVID vaccination compulsory for federal civil servants. He also criticized the Edo State government for insisting on making vaccination compulsory despite a court order stopping it from doing so. Obayiwana, who's also a former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Edo State, told correspondent Ifeemi Andrew that government at all levels should rather employ persuasion instead of force.
We need to change the narration in our country at this time to more of constructive engagement. In the final analysis, what Mr. Governor seeks to achieve is fairer protection of members of the public. And so he needs to engage members of the public and use the tool of persuasion. You know, what makes rape offensive is the lack of consent. And that is why even when operations are to be carried out, an informed consent is required. The federal government so far has not shown much capacity. Suppose the workers decide to go on strike nationwide over this, what is it that they can do? You can't compel a man or a woman to ingest what he has principled opposition to.
Entertainment news. A court has heard that R. Kelly sexually abused the late R&B singer Aaliyah when she was 13 or 14 years old. One of his former backing dancers, who testified under the name Angela, told Mr. Kelly's trial she had seen the chart-topping star perform a sex act on Aaliyah on a tour bus, allegedly before Kelly illegally married the singer when she was 15. The 54-year-old R. Kelly denies all the charges against him. He has also been charged with 8 counts of violating an interstate anti-sex trafficking law. In sports news, South Africa's Football Association SAFA is confident the country can sufficiently suppress COVID-19 numbers in time to host FIFA Club World Cup later this year. South Africa has expressed a keen interest in staging the club tournament after Japan withdrew as host last week, citing concerns over coronavirus. SAFA President Danny Jordan is to meet FIFA President Gianni Infantino today to discuss the possibility of South Africa hosting the December event.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
The United Arab Emirates, UAE, has placed 6 Nigerians on its terror watch list. Al Arabiya News reports that the move is part of the UAE's mission to check and disrupt networks associated with terrorism financing activities. The 6 Nigerians on the list are Abdurrahman Ado Musa, Salihu Yusuf Adamu, Bashir Ali Yusuf, Mohammed Ibrahim Isa, Ibrahim Ali Al-Hassan and Surajo Abubakar Mohammed. Some Emiratis and Lebanese were also placed on the terror watch list. Law enforcement agencies in the UAE have been directed to take necessary action against the individuals or entities or against anyone associated with them. In 2020, 6 Nigerians were jailed for 10 years in the UAE for funding Boko Haram. And that does it here on the news this evening. But before we go, here's a quick look at the major stories. Earlier on, we told you President Buhari is seeking the National Assembly's approval for fresh external loans. You heard a family to the man declared wanted by the Rivers State government have raised alarm over his whereabouts. The Rivers State University has been awarded University of the Year 2021 by an international research organization in Canada. And from the foreign scene, you heard the United Arab Emirates has placed 6 Nigerians on its terror watch list. The news was edited by Enno Ugbevire. The contact our newsroom on 0818 900 0017. For more stories, do visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Cloudy weather is expected in Port Harcourt this evening. I am Carl Orakwue. Goodbye.